Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So when you log into ERP, you have your own. Everyone has their own login, right? When you log in, you just put your login information, and it'll take you to this homepage right here. So we do have different tap buttons here that we can. That's supposed to be a quick and easy way to be able to create an application or create a file in the ERP. But we also have these top ones right here. So I'm gonna go through these right here. So the view pipeline. This view pipeline is only going to be for all our active files that we're currently working on. So for example, the .qchem file that we're working on, these are all the active files, okay? So if you're assigned to the file, you will be able to view it. If you're not the assistant assigned to the file, you wouldn't be able to view this particular file that I'm in right now. So on this application, the active file, when you click onto it, it'll give us information on the loan and basic information. And if you scroll down, it'll give you all the comments that is left by us or the LO. So this is our way, like again, it's going to be, it has to be the main point of contact of looking up for updates for the LO before he comes and reaches out to us as processors for the update. So especially these states that are up here. So if they send us a file, we review it, and if it's ready to get submitted, GIA will submit it to the lender, and then we update the dates here. So as you can see, it's been approved. It was submitted, the disclosures were sent out. It has, this one is not locked, but if it was already locked, we'll update when it was locked and the expiration date, how long it's going to be locked for. So this is lock period, instead of showing 30 here, it can say 15 or 45, whatever, how many days the file is being locked for.
Okay.
So, as you can see, it also has information regarding the appraisal. So when it got ordered, when it's scheduled, and the CD. Okay. If we would need to update a date on here, and the application is already created, we just have to click the edit button here, and then we can just update all the information that we need. Down here on the loan info, it'll have the dates. Again, when it's locked, the date of the appraisal. If any of the bottom information needs to be updated, so let's say it's locked, we would put in the date it was locked, today, for how long, the date it expires, and then we would just change this rate. Let's say instead of locking at 6.875, it was locked at 6.5. We need to update the rate here, put in our dates, and then just click the save button. So then when we go back to the page on the file, all this right here will be updated, right? Accordingly, of course. To update a comment, I'm sure you already know how to, but you just go to here, show, hide, submit comments. It'll give this bottom tab will open up. You can type in your comment, whatever you need, and then you would just hit submit. When you hit submit, a pop-up will appear showing that it got submitted. And then it'll just show up on top of the last comment that was input on the file. Okay. Any questions so far?
None so far.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to our prospect applicant page. So this prospect applicant page are all the files that we've done, let's say initial structures, but they're not submitted to the lender yet. So for example, a purchase file. We get the documents, we send the pre-approval packet, and then, but the bars are still shopping. They haven't found a property yet that they've opened escrow on. That's where that file would be submitted. So in order for us to, whenever, if GIA requires us to do a prospect applicant, we would just come onto prospect applicant here, create prospect applicant, and then we would input all the information on here. So who our loan officer is, the type of file it is. We would put, let's say it was today, we'll put today's date, the processor and the assistant. If we have the realtor for the purchase loan, we can input it in, and then we just complete everything. So it's going to be for a purchase. We would put a name. Let's see. If we don't have a phone number and email address, you can put just 0 and an email address. You can just leave it blank. I think it should be able to proceed. Oh, just kidding. You can just type in letters and it'll update. So if it shows red and we hit save, it won't save it. So all of the files needs to show green, right? Okay, this one has an option for an autocomplete, so you can start putting in an address, and it'll populate. You can click it, and it'll show right here. Okay, if we have a co-borrower, you can say yes or no. If you hit yes, it'll ask for the number of co-borrowers, and then you can just put the co-borrower's information as well. The loan type here, these also have to be completed. So first, it's for purchase, single family. We can put an estimate of what, if we don't have a credit report. If we do have a credit report, we can just put that information in. So all this here needs to be inputted.